This morning in studio, we are joined by Jack Heppner. Jack, good morning.
Good morning.
Good to have you here. Now, Jack, you are the manager of the Altona Community Garden, and what does that role all entail for you?
As a manager, I'm heading up a task force. Like there's three of us, Jason Peters and Stephen Ford, and me. We form the task force that operates the garden, makes decisions about the garden. But the other two guys have jobs, right? I'm retired, so I get to do the daily work at the garden, making decisions and just helping gardeners out with whatever they need.
Absolutely. And specifically, you're in today to talk about the Pavilion project grand opening. When did all this get started?
We always had a commons area, right, at the garden. And so as we were expanding the garden, we saw the need more and more for a commons area where gardeners could access tools and water and compost and kind of stuff, and also meet each other and have time together. And so we started dreaming about making it bigger and making it more complete, and especially adding washrooms. And so the idea started emerging, and we started dreaming about it, and yeah, it just went from one thing to the other. And so at first we were saying, well, let's build at least a picnic shelter with the washrooms. And then we said, well, let's make a nice picnic shelter. And then, why don't we make it beautiful? And why don't we do a timber frame? That would be striking. And so we got James Friesen on board from Tinker Creek Enterprises. And so he's a timber frame designer and builder, and he was right on board, and he gave us the design, and he built it too. And so, yeah, there's a few things that we still have to do and raise a bit more money yet. But basically, the main features are done.
Talk about the gorgeous back half of the pavilion.
Okay, when James when he first gave us his sketch for the timber frame, he already had sketched into it an art piece on the east wall where the bathroom is. He says you need to hide the bathroom, and so he said you can't just have a wall there. So you have to have something that looks nice. And so he sketched in what he called a sunburst. And so it always was with us, and we weren't sure, are we going to do this or not? It would cost some money, but we said, it's going to be worth it probably. So once we had the timber frame up, I said to James, you know what? Will you build us that art piece? And he said, I'll be glad to. I'll be honored. And so he did. And yeah, it cost us a bit of money, but it's built out of fir. And the timber frame is also fir, so it just blends in very well. And he's done a great job of blending in the colors, and they blend in with the pavilion and have a sunset feel. And so that's really a striking feature. A lot of people say, when they come, they say, wow, they didn't expect that.
Yeah. Like you say, a little bit of extra money, but I think absolutely worth it because it is gorgeous. Now, it is this Saturday is to celebrate the grand opening of the pavilion. Talk about everything that's happening on Saturday at 11.
Yeah, basically 11 o'clock is the program of the grand opening program, ribbon cutting. We're going to have Ultra Limits. It's a music group by one of our gardeners from the Philippines. He runs that music group, and so they're going to provide some music from 10:30 to 11 just to set the mood. It's going to be a festive occasion, and so there'll be background music as people gather. At 11 o'clock, we start the program, and we'll have speeches, of course, from all the dignitaries, the mayor and the MLA and James Friesen and one of the gardeners and an ACAN representative, and we'll have a ribbon cutting ceremony, and then we're going to have, for the first time ever, we're going to have a performance by Ultra Limits of the Altona Community Gardening Song, and it's written by Gary Clausen, and we think it's going to be a fun thing. It's a really nice tune and a nice words to it.
Yeah.
And so after that, there's going to be some more music. Sun Valley Co-op is providing lunch.
And if you have a little bit of extra money, bring it along to help fundraise for another aspect of the garden.
Put a $20 bill in your pocket, and there's going to be a chance. There's going to be a chance to drop it off, and we need a few $1,000s more to finish the accessible garden. We've paid for all our bills except for some of those small things to finish up, and so the community has been wonderful. We've raised $220,000, but we just need a few more thousand to finish off, and then it'll be all done.
So if you would like to attend the Pavilion grand opening, one more time, what are the details, Jack?
This coming Saturday, September 9th at 11 o'clock or earlier if you want to hear some music at 10:30. and just to join us for a time of celebration.
Jack, thank you so much for being here today.
You're welcome.